Fans, we've got a lot of information to talk about in this video, and we're going to be starting with the least and ending with the latter. So if you're super excited for this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Obviously only if you like me as a person. We're going to hop straight into this. No sugar crumbs, no sugar breading. I just want to make sure that I can relay all of this information because we've got some incredibly exciting news from Sega themselves, and we've also got some factual information that I'd love to speak about and have a discussion about in the comments. So let me know what you guys think. Now, normally I don't really make like this type of content unless I'm 100% certain that we actually see evidence of things happening, and we are actually seeing some really cool information being relayed from Sega themselves, and I can't wait for this. This is going to give us a little bit more of insights into what Sega is actually planning, and also just in general what we can expect from the nearby future, especially in December, about the trailer for Sonic Frontiers 2, or even just an illicit teaser from the game. But before we go into the whole Frontiers 2 news, just in general information, and also the confirmation of what I've been speaking about in the previous videos, I kind of want to go into this tweet by Shocktober that says, I keep seeing people posting these kind of comparisons around to negate criticism, claiming that the 3D Sonic models do in fact closely match the 2D artwork. So I tried doing some research on where these renders came from, and found that two things debunk their credibility. Now, he also said, the Modern Style Sonic Guide. The 140-page internal document containing reference material of the 3D and 2D designs for these characters throughout the 2010s, and this was made as a guidebook for advertisements, official merchandise, and other kinds of promotional material. And it includes mock-ups, brand logos, typography information, and brief character profiles showcasing the colors and the art styles you're allowed to use. And this is important to establish because it pokes the three holes in the claim that these models are based on the 2D art. Now, all of this to stay in correlation does not equal causation, and that similarities like these example renders possess are entirely imposed by the style guide and are not indicative of these models' artistic origins, whatever they are. Now, the reason why this is super important to mention is because everybody will obviously say that this is perfection, but we still need to see some artistic design between the 2D and 3D evolution. I strongly believe that the Marza version is the perfect example of this, even though that can be a very expensive budget for Sonic Team to actually put out. Not saying that the Sonic model right now is great by any means. I think it does need a lot of improvements, but I do believe that the next game will be changing this massively, and there is a reason, so stay tuned for this video because there is a reason as to why I strongly believe this and why I kind of make this video in the first place. But also we kind of look at this tweet by the Dill of the Pickles that said, I showed my brother, not a Sonic fan, this render of Sonic, and I'm not kidding. Before I could even point anything out, he pointed out to the edge of the muzzle and he was like, why is it sticking out like that? Yeah, I mean, it was Team Sonic Racing. I believe that this model is still decent, but I believe that the previous models, yeah, there's a lot of improvement that they could have made from TSR, but yeah, if we're going to be seeing anything like the new model, we want to be seeing more innovation from the Marza design. That's my genuine opinion. My language I speak is Marza, right? Marza. It's the only word that is the entire answer to everything that we need. Obviously, maybe some stylization using some of the I don't know how to say his name, but you know that guy that does the 2D art style. That artwork, that is super awesome, and implementing that in 3D would be impeccable. And also, Zara Wolf said, I don't want to assume anything, but it feels like Sega doesn't know who Rouge is anymore, and these changes are completely erasing what makes Rouge Rouge. They took away her deep voice, her design, and the character made her feel like a femme fatale character also suddenly. And the reason why this links to this video is because I'm going to show you literally in like the next minute or so. So yeah, we've seen that Rouge is a lot more like, she's not really like herself as she was in 06, and I feel like if they really want to go back to the rendition of the original Sonic characters, like not just models and designs, but also just the way that they were, and to understand the deep lore behind the Dark Age, we're gonna have to go back to 06 to some extent. Obviously, we're not including Princess Elise. I know, it's pretty obvious at that point. Yeah, but I just believe that if we want to be actually seeing this kind of innovation back into Sonic characters themselves and them being implemented in the games, it's not a huge deal for casual people, but if we're, as us long-time Sonic fans, we want something that is going to be consistent in the timeline. So, you know, there's going to be people that are going to say that I'm being overly nitpicky. I'm just saying this is what we would want as actual long-time Sonic fans. And the reason I say that is it's the majority of the fans, not just like a rough minority. This is the majority of Sonic fans that would actually really enjoy that. And also, we've got this as well from Sonic City. This is a pretty cool piece of information. Sonic Team is hiring for character design roles and a manager to oversee the current and future Sonic titles. So this is really cool. Sega Corporation's second business division, character designer, Sonic supervisor. So the job description: you will be responsible for creating and supervising the graphic design, character illustrations, 3D models, etc., focusing on Sonic's IP. So graphic design, basic knowledge of the Sonic series. Obviously, I don't think they would need too much. They would just be able to understand the whole, like, stylization of Sonic, which is incredibly important because obviously we want Sonic to be stylized as he has throughout the lore. So lore is a really important thing. If this designer, he or she, is able to work closely with the likes of Ian Flynn, that would be golden. And also business English skills, mechanical design experience, and deep knowledge of the Sonic series, which, yeah, kind of what I was reiterating, that if they were able to work with Ian Flynn, yet again, would be perfect. And also employment type, full-time. Anyway, we don't really need to talk about that. And also, we're going to go back to this with a couple more bits of information in a second, but I kind of want to take a break from that for a second, because I saw this really cool art design, and this is the rigs by Ducatsko. I don't know how to say that name, but this tweet is by Garbonzo, and I honestly love this design. I think if we were to get something like this, because obviously I love just the way that Sonic can look so grown up and old in his modern form. I hate it whenever people say that Sonic needs to look like his classic form in modern. No, I want to make this clear, and everyone better like this video now when I say this. Modern Sonic is supposed to be an adult version of Sonic. He's supposed to be more mature. He's supposed to be, obviously he's still for children, but I believe that modern Sonic is supposed to be more of like an equivalent to like Spider-Man or Batman or Master Chief, like characters like those. Like obviously not to the same maturity extent, but I believe that modern Sonic is kind of like a more mature, deeper tone voice of Sonic, and then classic Sonic is more for like the light-hearted fans, which, yeah, I think that's a perfect disparity. And if you disagree with that, let me know what you think in the comments. I believe that classic modern Sonic can have his fun, awesome moments, but yeah, I think just the way that you want to portray modern Sonic to be the most successful, you've got to make him badass. That's genuinely what I believe. And also, Sega Informant said Sonic Team are looking for a lead planner and part-time leader position, and it will be a dual role where the individual will take on both jobs with one leader as well as being a part-time, working directly with the game director. So second big business division, Sonic series. So if we zoom in right now, we are looking for a talent to take on the role of the Sonic series titles, and are looking for someone to take on the role of a part-time leader and overall planner leader. So collaboration with the director and other leaders, overseeing the overall game design and seeing the progress. Yeah, so I see that there's a lot of hope with this. Now, obviously it depends on the type of director that we get, but just the way that I know that Sega are listening to a lot of the feedback, and yeah, you never know, they might have seen my video, because I think, if you guys know Sam Procrastinate, he's a great YouTuber. I watched him for a very long time. He actually made, like a couple comments about Sonic Forces about 5 years ago. I feel like Sega took actual genuine advice from that, especially because he works so closely with Sam, and I want to leave Sam in the description and everything, so check him out. He's an awesome YouTuber. And also this as well, Sonic Team are currently working on character design and supervisor for the Sonic series. Yeah, this is super duper awesome. And now we've also got this as well. Now this could be something linked to the Sonic IP, not 100% confirmed. Sonic Team's second development division are currently hiring for a game director and lead planner on the 3D action game for a Sega legendary title. Now, this is also super cool as well. So, yeah, looking at the Sega job listings really does allow us to look deeper into seeing exactly what we'd be able to, see. And also, Jason Griffiths in the corner, by the way. He's always watching us. And, yeah, also is this as well, which is super cool. And Sega Informant says, oh yeah, I just realized that this is the first major project announcement for Sonic's 30th anniversary, beyond the multi-year deal with DC. Now, this is something as well. We're going for gold. We're excited to announce our upcoming Olympic Rings licensing collaboration with the International Olympic Committee and celebrating the Olympics brand. Yeah, this is just something external, which has nothing to do, I guess, really with Sonic. Hey, it might just be something. Oh, here we go. It's literally right here. By Sonic City. Sega has announced the upcoming Olympic Rings licensing collaboration with the International Olympic Committee and celebrating the original Olympic brand and Sonic the Hedgehog. So stay tuned for 2026. This is only proving more that Frontiers 2 is coming next year. I just personally believe that. If you got any kerfuffles with that, leave it in the comments. And also we've got this as well. Minecraft joins the race on 8th of October. So guys, if you're playing Crossworlds, remember, Steve is coming. If you like Minecraft, I love Minecraft. Steve is great, and he's coming. I'll show like a bit of the trailer right now. You got Steve like blowing stuff up and cows and pigs. Yeah, make sure to check that out, and make sure to buy buy Sonic Crossworlds. And if you can't get it, then November time there should be a sale, so make sure to listen out for that. And also we've got this as well, which I kind of want to add because this kind of gives us more of like an interesting narrative for what we've seen today. So this is kind of like what they're going to be telling the people when they're actually making the game, or just the model designers, everything. And instead of using all of that time and energy to remake a game that people have already experienced, we could make a brand new game instead. Now, I think that they're going to take heavy inspiration from Frontiers in terms of the model and in terms of the way that the design was, but I think that they're going to polish it up in ways that allow for Sonic to have more expression, especially with the mesh, and also with the increased budget, they're going to be having more time. So I think the team is really interested in taking that same amount of time and energy and effort to bring a new experience to players. Now, I believe that they can fully flush out an amazing model in this amount of time before November. If you don't believe me, just look at the Frontiers model. It stands to time that especially if you look at modders, what they have been able to do. I even show gameplay on the screen right now as to what they've been able to do with Sonic's model. So yeah, let me know what you think of that. That is, I'm excited. I'm very excited. You can tell that this isn't something that we're used to as Sonic fans. I remember 2021, if you guys remember, it was very dry. Poro Studio is hiring for a 3D character modeler, and it mentions creating character models for super games, including Crazy Taxi. So Crazy Taxi is one of the super games, and also there is an unannounced online title I shared earlier. So yeah, we could be getting another online Sonic game. Potentially, it could be something completely unrelated to Sonic, but it's also super awesome because Sega is obviously pushing Sonic more, so hey, we might be seeing something and you've got no idea what that is. And also I found this really cool shadow render by Hedgehog the Hedgehog. Hedgie, and got the opportunity to try it with my friend at Ducatsko's True Shadow Rig, and I'm already in love with it. So Ducatsko, yeah, this is awesome. I love this render. So yeah, let me know what you think of all of this, and also we've got this as well. Shuji Itsumi, Sega's president, has commented on the revealed collaboration between Sonic and the Olympics. We're committed to fostering respectful and inclusive communities across the globe at Sega. Now also we're going to be talking about more stuff, so stay tuned. And also the representative director of Sega Corporation said, and partnering with the International Olympics Committee allows us to bring those values to the forefront, especially with the 5 Risks program, and to celebrate the innovative and diverse spirit of both of these brands promote. Yeah, it's just going to be super awesome to see what exactly Sega's got in store. And yeah, this is a really cool redesign. This is awesome. TR, you cooked very hard. So you know, if you see this, then well done. And also, I'll go check this guy out, or girl. And yeah, this is also something I want to talk about as well, Sonic's teeth. What do you guys think about Sonic's teeth on the model? Now, obviously, I think that just like keeping it very basic and keeping it kind of like the way the adventure model looks is fine. I think giving him more human features just looks a bit weird, especially considering he's an anthropomorphic hedgehog, or even doing something like 06 where he just kind of doesn't have that design around him is kind of perfect. And also here as well, rumor of Sonic Frontiers sequel is reportedly in the development and targeting a November 2026 release. We saw this in the previous video, but I just kind of wanted to reiterate it because it kind of brings a full circle around everything we know so far, and it's kind of substantiated, which, by the way, means everything that we've seen, and especially with the evidence in the past couple videos, everything points towards Sonic Frontiers 2 next year, because I know a lot of comments were talking about in the previous video that they're going to release another remake or a remaster. I don't believe that. I think it's, okay, so I think it's 70-30. I think it's 30% it's going to be a Heroes remake, 70% is Frontiers 2. Or if it's a Heroes remake, it's going to be, that's going to be that for the year, and then they're going to do Frontiers 2 in 2027, because obviously Sonic 4 comes out then, and that's going to be huge. So obviously that's a perfect time to release Sonic Frontiers 2, but also at the same time, I think Frontiers 2 would work very well next year, because obviously that would give them enough time for the game to be out, and then they could promote it alongside the movie, which they kind of did for Team Sonic Racing, but no one likes that game. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys, and make sure to like and subscribe, obviously, if you love me. Check out these videos too, by the way. These are the one on the left is the animation of Sonic games, and the one on the right is the evolution of Sonic's models. Please check it out, because I spent a very long time on this. Obviously, you don't have to if you don't want to, but hey, it's something really amazing to sleep to. And also make sure to like and subscribe as well. I think I already said that. I'm repeating myself. I'm just super excited, guys. I'm very, very excited. Thank you.